Hey, Jiaming. Jiaming. Hey, Anna. And Ruthy. Oh, they're both on.
Oh, yeah, you're on. I thought you were taking the weekend off.
No, it was a possible chance she was taking the weekend off.
Sounds like she should take just by before not even saying one word. It sounds like she should take the day off. Sounds exhausted. You okay there, Slugger?
I'm tired.
Sounds like
I'm
tired.
here.
It sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Why don't you go to sleep, dude? Seriously.
Did you not sleep from last night?
I've been sleeping all day.
Oh, that's why you're tired. That's why you're tired.
Good for you.
So go back to sleep. Why break that up? Why stop the magic? Keep the ball rolling, dude.
Right.
Good Lord.
Well, I still have to go home, so after this, I'll pack up my stuff and go home.
Oh, you haven't gone home
where
yet?
are you?
I'm at my parents' house.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of like home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, Anna doesn't want to take a Red Bull first? You want to do a shot of Red Bull or something? You want to do a line or something?
I'll be okay.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Well, in that case, then let's just jump right into it then. All right, listeners, just a heads up. I do want to take July 4 weekend off recording, so we're only going to have one episode this week and one episode next week. And then we'll go from there, okay? Some of us need some time off. So we'll do that. All right. Welcome to the Stuff and Junk Show, where we share our opinions on random subjects from interesting news, social topics, pop culture, our likes and dislikes, things you've seen, heard, or read, what we did, and what we do. You know, stuff and junk. Hello, my name is Albert.
My name is Ruthy.
This is Jiaming.
This is Anna.
So, this episode is being released in the July 4 weekend, July 4 week of America.
Mm-hmm.
And
will it be our last? Who knows? who can look into the future? Who can look into the future?
You know, we're going to be celebrating Independence Day, and I think a lot of people need to be reminded why we're celebrating Independence Day. But besides that fact...
The Constitution, get out of here. Who needs you? You've been around too long. That's what the Supreme Court is saying. Get out of here.
Besides all that, so as we all know or are familiar, real estate people, they love to advertise. Advertise here, advertise there, in many different cases, in many different words. Most recently, there is a real estate advertisement that kind of... Who's making that sound?
Is somebody literally actually doing lines of coke right now? It was a joke before. It sounds like somebody snorting. Good Lord. Come on, guys.
Seriously, what's that?
I did not hear that.
You guys don't hear it? You don't hear it? I hear it.
No.
Ruth, are you sleeping?
No. I'm here.
Wait, is it a guy versus a girl thing? Only guys can hear this pitch?
It can't be me because I'm talking.
I can hear the shh.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying. Yeah.
So if I can hear it, that's not me.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, interesting. Anyways, so essentially, there is a real estate person that I haven't seen advertised in my neighborhood, but decided to advertise in my neighborhood. And the way they did it, it's a little obnoxious, okay? What ended up happening was we wake up one morning and there is all this little, like, flags in everybody's front lawns. And by everybody, I mean the whole neighborhood. So they had small little American flags stuck on the front lawn. With
Sounds like somebody's sprinklers are going on.
Yeah, we're all excited.
Very distracting.
We're all very distracted, aren't we?
Is the real estate guy outside right now? Is he slipping something under your door right now? What's going on here?
I have no idea where it's coming from. Hold on, let me take on my headphones. Let's see if I can hear a sound.
Yeah.
No, it's quiet on my end.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, it's quiet on my end, too.
Yeah, I'm seriously just in my room, the volume off on my TV. I'm just watching baseball. There's nothing going on on my end.
Mic check 1 2 check
Yeah,
check.
I'm literally not moving.
Is it me? Is it you?
It either
Is it
sounds
anybody?
like somebody's snorting coke or something. It's like rustling a paper, like somebody's turning the page to something.
Like,
you know what I mean?
What?
Yeah.
It sounds like
Nope. See, I just blew on the mic and it wasn't that sound.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. Take 3, which apparently Albert.
It's every time you talk, Albert.
It's every time I talk. Yeah. There's some kind of conspiracy here. What the hell's going on? Okay, maybe I'll turn back on the noise cancellation thing, and then maybe that'll solve the problem. Let's try that. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. So some real estate guy, some real estate guy left like little American flags on everybody's front lawns in my neighborhood, and with a card on it, well, stuck to it, essentially advertising who they are. right? And I'm not gonna give them a plug. There's a sound again, so it's not me. But anyways, so
Someone's really enjoying themselves. That's the stuff. That's the good stuff right there.
so it says right here on his little tag and his advertising the stuck to the American flag. I hope you enjoy this gifted flag.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a local real estate broker and real estate appraiser. Every year I have this delivered to help our neighborhoods show more patriotism as we celebrate July 4th. It's the first year I ever saw this, okay guys? So when he says our neighborhood, clearly it wasn't here yet. No disrespect is meant, so should you wish to have the flag removed from your yard, just text me at blah blah blah, and I'll be happy to do so. I get hundreds of messages from neighbors every 4th telling me how much they appreciate them. Happy 4th of July. So, immediately I thought, well, this guy's got to be MAGA. So, because, nobody loves the American flag more than MAGA does, right? And secondly, how dare they do a whole guilt trip thing? Oh, if you don't want the flag, give us a message, and then we'll remove it for you.
Yeah.
Like, as if,
give us a call, you commie. Yeah, we'll pick up the flag.
Yeah, as if I want to give them my phone number to put to their database on who removes American flags, right?
Yeah.
So essentially,
is it like a flag? Is it like
it's a flag? It's an American flag. So I'm
referring to the size. Size doesn't matter. There's like a flag, like a proper flag, or just one of those little small little prickly things. I don't know.
I'll say it's the size of an iPad. How about that?
Seriously, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's the size of an iPad. I will say that.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, and it's basically like it's that size on a stick, planted on the front yard, right? And then with the small card, that's the size of an iPhone, I guess, right underneath it. So what I did is essentially I just like removed the marketing and then just left the flag as is. Mm-hmm. So right now in my neighborhood, a lot of people have the flags. They don't have the marketing. Like there's only a few of them that still has the marketing tag on it. And I thought it was pretty obnoxious that they were gonna do that. They did it this way. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the flag being on the front lawn. I got no problem with that. It's just that the way they handled this was just ridiculous, and kind of like I said, it was like, let's see who removes the flag. It's almost like they're testing us,
I would toss it. I don't care.
You would toss the flag.
I would toss it. I don't need that. I don't.
Jiaming, this is my conspiracy. Are they putting a database on the people who will get rid of it?
Yeah, I couldn't give a bigger rat's ass and stuff like that.
I think you're overthinking it.
Nowadays, though?
It's just a marketing tactic that's been done for years.
Nowadays, though?
Yeah.
Nowadays, though, I'm paranoid about a lot of things nowadays. And for obvious reasons. And this is just one of them to add to the list.
I honestly think you're overthinking it more than a girl would overthink things.
What? Girls get overthink things? What are you saying here?
You're past girl overthinking level.
And also, there are dozens of machines, gadgets, stuff you bought in your home that's listening to you right now. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's collecting more data than that little flag and stuff. I wouldn't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Fair. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then it adds the whole thing where if you didn't know, there are certain ways you're supposed to get rid of the flag if you toss it away. You can't just toss it in a trash can because that's.
Are you supposed to use it for advertising? Is that one of the rules?
No, it's not easy. You're not even supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Right. So then some of them they have like the flag like it fell over, so it's like touching the ground. And you're not allowed to do that either. There's a lot of rules regarding the American flag, and all this kind of violates all that. So first off,
that's just performative BS and some of that. You know what I mean? I pay my taxes. That's my patriotism right there. How about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I pay my taxes to support wars that I don't support. You know what I mean? They're being used to ship bombs that murdered women and children and stuff. That's my patriotism right there. How about that? You know what I mean?
Okay. Ruthy, thoughts?
Taking a hit.
I spaced out.
She's taking a hit.
Carry on.
Well, now we know who's making the sound.
Yeah. It might be a fifth co-host. What do you think of that? It might be we might have another co-host, man. Some ghost or something like that.
The one adding in the flag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What are we talking about?
We're not so hot stars, what we're saying.
Yeah. Happy 4th of July, people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to promise our listeners this show gets better, but I don't think I can make that promise.
It gets better.
Really?
Yeah, it will.
Does history prove that? Does history prove that?
Just remember, this is the one episode they will be left with this week.
Yeah.
So we're not releasing anymore.
That's
So-
really sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
listeners.
I'm sorry, listeners.
Hey, it's as authentic as it can get.
Okay. It's the 887th episode of the show, and as of this recording, it's currently 8:57 a.m., June 30th, 2025, in Taichung City, Taiwan. And it's time to take a look and see what's up.
What is that?
So this story idea, I believe, came from Jiaming. I think. I think you said this to me.
Mhm. Is it the penis one? Is it the penis one?
Well, it kind of involves penises. So there's this kid in Taiwan, in Taichung Municipal Wanhe Junior High School, who graduated, and in their graduation ceremony, his parents decided to give him a treat. What they did?
Yes, I did for this one. Yeah,
Okay. So they decided to give him a treat, and what they
not
did?
just him. From the looks of it, not just him.
Yes, not just him. Sure. And
A public service, anything else?
And so what his parents did was they hired sexy dancers to perform at their son's graduation.
What? That's weird.
So they got like
Listeners, hit the link. Hit the link in the show notes.
yeah, you delete the show notes. There's a pictures and a video. I will graciously leave it in the show notes for you guys to click on if you wanted to. But essentially, here I'll send it to the link so Anna and Ruthy can take a look at it themselves. Here's the link. Click. Okay. So, anyways, they're dressed in skimpy outfit. I want to say it's like outrageous. They're not like dressing like stripper outfit in bikini outfits or whatever. It's just like short, very very short, like
what you wear to
shorts.
club.
Yeah, PE shorts, high knee high or socks, boots kind of thing, and then like a white shirt that's kind of like just tied down so they can show the midriff and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they're like they have like pole dancing thing, and girls dancing in on top of jeeps, the pole dance kind of thing, and then you got like girls that are on the street kind of thing. Yeah, and apparently it goes here. The boy's mother told the media that the pole dance was sponsored by a friend. By a friend.
Yeah.
And choreographed by herself, aiming to stand out among various
In America, we
graduation
call it
activities.
pimp. That's what we call it.
Other parents organized various programs for their graduation, so I want ours to be more creative than theirs. Congratulations. Congratulations, yes.
Congratulations, indeed. What was the age of the kids? What were they graduating from?
It says right here it was junior high school, so like middle school.
There you go.
Yeah,
If that's a direct translation, what do you think? That's 10, 11 U.S. years old?
I don't know. Jessica,
I mean, they're great.
what's considered middle high in Taiwan? 7th, 8th grade. So same as ours then.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
So like 12-year-olds are looking at this? Look at that.
Like you're gonna go to high school, so this is normal stuff for you now.
God bless them.
Is that the intention?
Yeah.
The mom goes, I hope this will be an unforgettable graduation gift for my son. Oh yeah, unforgettable indeed.
What?
Yeah.
So the boy shared with the media that he was stunned and speechless upon seeing the pole dancing arranged by his parents. And he goes here, however, considering my parents' intentions, I chose not to object. Yeah, I bet he chose not to object.
I bet he doesn't. Yeah. Once again, it's another example of America being left behind. Am I right, guys? Am I right? The world is passing us by. Am I right?
America's too stuck up and conservative.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The dance performance soon attracted the attention of police, who intervened and dispersed the gathering, citing disturbances to public order. Because apparently a lot of people decided to show up. Take a look at this. What's going on? Yes. All right. And moving on. In Pembroke, Massachusetts, apparently there was a mysterious object that fell from the sky. Now, there is another link and video on the show notes if you guys want to take a look at that. Here, I'll send this over to the chat as well, so Anna and Ruthy can take a look, which they're not looking apparently, but whatever. But anyways, so...
We're doing what now?
Yes.
I kid.
Podcasting, yeah. Professional.
I thought we were just on a call. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Well, I mean, in a way, this is kind of like a call, huh? But there is like what if you look at the video, this lady was able to get it on video and they slow-moed it, and to me it looks like a rocket falling from the sky. Although the video can only be so clear because it's in the distance.
Yeah,
it does. To me, it looks like there's like actual like flames coming from the back of the thing, like a rocket, and it's just going to the ground. However, reports indicate that there has been no debris, no reports of any landing, kind of thing. So it literally
So
is.
there's a cover up, is what you're saying. Dun, dun,
Sure,
dun.
sure, yeah, but it's just like
Get Mulder and Scully on this shit. Is what we're saying.
yeah, it's literally an unidentified flying object because it's unidentified. It's flying. It's an object. So or UAP. What's it called again? UAP. Jiaming, you remember this?
Yeah.
What's UAP called? What's a
Unidentified object. No, wait.
Alien.
No, there's no. They refuse to say alien, so it's not that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why they had to change it from UFO to UAP because I have no idea what UAP
Oh,
is.
it's
UFO
called-
is flying object. This is not flying. This
Yeah.
is like crashing.
This unidentified anomalous
Aerial?
phenomena. It's unidentified
Oh,
anomalous phenomena,
Yeah.
which I guess is good, nicely broad and covers besides everything besides just spaceships, but anything really. So yeah, it's like the lady who got this footage goes like it looked as though it was on fire or something, and it was just coming down very quickly. So
Looking at the screenshot, it looked like it looked closer to the other story from last week, that the tragic story, I think in Brazil, where the hot air balloon, remember, came crashing down with people in it and stuff like that. That's what a screenshot looks like,
Yeah.
You guys saw that story, right?
could be no, yes,
Oh, you didn't see the story?
maybe we did. I don't remember.
It's too much of a bummer. It's basically hot air balloon, good times. Something in the basket caught on fire, came crashing down.
Oh, I do kind of remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But from this blurry image, it looks like I hate to say this, but it looks like a penis upside down.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
the balls are on fire. The balls are on fire. But yeah. Okay. Anna, thoughts?
No thoughts.
Okay.
See, I'm not the only one.
It got really weird at the end. So
It definitely got rid of it.
I don't know what to say to that. I can't comment to that.
I feel like
of yours.
it's probably just an object that fell out of the sky that's being blown out of proportion. That's probably why the FFA is like, we have no idea what the hell it is.
Yeah, it's possible. And they couldn't find any evidence of it. So short of the
It's
video.
probably like a huge balloon that went up in the air and then popped and then dropped slowly. And
Where
everybody's
did this
like,
happen?
"Oh, what is that?"
It's in
Where did this
Massachusetts.
happen?
Massachusetts.
I mean, it was close to the water. It probably landed in the water, right?
Yeah, that too.
Well, they don't mention anything about water, so
Water, forest. Maybe it fell on top of a tree,
yeah.
Yeah, what do you
Could be a
get?
drone. Maybe it's a drone.
and it was
No.
like super blurry too. So
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but I mean, if you look at the video, it can actually it's in slow mo, but you can literally see it, falling. Moving on, Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. One of the actors, Martin Kove, he plays the a big bad guy since in the first movie.
Weird story, man.
Yeah. So they were having a fan event regarding Cobra Kai, and he met his co-star Alicia Anna Kim, who plays a new character. Well, plays a character in the Cobra Kai series. She's like kind of like teammate, not teammate, a fellow teacher for the Cobra Kai people.
Oh, Sensei, yeah.
Sensei, yeah. And they met, and suddenly he grabs her arm and bites her in the arm, and then kisses it, which in itself is like, what? She goes here. I had visible teeth marks and immediately bruising and immediate bruising and pain. Basically she said here, we approached Martin in the green room later, and he was furious and outraged and visibly angry when I told him calmly not to bite me. He insisted he bit me for fun. So Martin Kove is like an older guy, from a previous era of men.
A much more biting era. You know what I mean?
More biting era. Yeah, it just it's such a bizarre. I mean, he apologized. He eventually did apologize. Like, I'm sorry I did this. I was just messing around. I thought it would be funny. Ladies, is it funny when people bite you?
It depends who it's coming from.
Depends where it's coming from. Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is a public. They're at like a convention. They're in the VIP section of a convention and stuff like that.
Then no, it's not funny.
They're around other people, and she's married. And this part doesn't really matter. If she's married with her husband's there and stuff like that. It's just bizarre, man. It's just a bizarre thing. And subsequently, the body cam footage has been released by the police or security that worked the event or something like that. Yeah, it's just a bizarre thing, man. She was just explaining to the police like he bite him, and he was just sitting there like being non-apologetic. It's just a bizarre thing. And before this incident, what do you call it? Her page shows up on TikTok every now and then, and she's very friendly to her castmates and stuff like that. She walks around, talks to them, makes little funny, cute TikTok videos. He appears in some of them, but it's just bizarre that he went ahead and did this and stuff. And the thing is, people have gone back and said, hey, if you look at his history, like some of it's in his Wikipedia page, but I think Bill Hader also told a story. He's done like odd behavior stuff too before and stuff like that. So he's kind of he might have some issues. I mean, he has issues and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I think I looked it up in Google. Bill Hader.
Oh yeah.
Bill Hader says here is I'm driving him around in my shitty car.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and he got me lost on purpose. Hader said he hadn't read the script yet. He was like, nah, you don't take this. You take Havenhurst. What are you getting on the 405 for? And I had like Thomas Guide on my lap. Oh, this is that far back. It was in the 90s. Yeah. Hader said that after arriving late, he was screamed at by his boss and ended up having a terrible day. So in a way, it was kind of like he made him late on purpose as a prank. So basically, it goes back to my whole thing. He's from a different era of people who think this is funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just an asshole. I think he has some DUIs and stuff in his Wikipedia page too, if I remember correctly. But I might be wrong about that. But there's some stuff. He has a history of being a weird dude and stuff like that, being a abrasive dude, I think.
So he's exactly like his characters, basically, what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is...
just boundaries, guys. If there's anything you take away from this podcast, boundaries.
Yep. And noise, apparently.
It's not going away, man.
I have no idea, guys. Sorry. I have no idea. Moving on back into media here. James Gunn. James Gunn responds to Snyderverse fans planning to review Bomb Superman.
We're still doing this. I can't believe we're still doing the Snyderverse. They got what they wanted. I don't know what do they want.
Yeah, on Reddit it says here, stand up and fight for Snyderverse on July 11th. They went on to outline different ways of harming the film's performance, urging fellow Snyderverse devotees to share spoilers for the Gunn-directed film and flood websites with negative opinions and tank review scores. And not only that, but to hold tickets by like pretend to purchase it and then holding onto it without buying it, so that just in case somebody's buying it at the time. Yeah.
Never mind all that. Here's my whole thing.
Okay.
You're a Snyder guy and stuff like that. And since he left the DC universe, whatever, and stuff like that, and they got the Snyder cut, whatever. But he's also made 3 other movies for Netflix, right? He made Army of Darkness, Army of the Dead, Army of Darkness, whatever it is, and then the Scargiver, whatever the other thing was, whatever. And they were all. I think everybody kind of agrees those were all terrible movies and stuff like that. Don't you go like, hey, you know what? Maybe we backed up the wrong horse. Maybe he's not very talented. Maybe we should just reevaluate how we lived our life the last decade or so. You know what I mean? No? Any of that? Is that asking for too much?
Yeah. I mean, even Snyder does. I think he's a little bit more cautious about stuff now because of the fact that all these projects after Justice League kind of have been failing, and he's not trying to put himself out there anymore because of this fact. And I think the last successful thing he did was an animated movie, Twilight of the Gods, which I haven't seen, and that was also for Netflix. I think critically this is probably arguably his best work since then, but even then it's kind of like
I saw a couple of minutes of that. The animation is terrible. It doesn't look very. It doesn't look very good.
That's unfortunate.
And you say it's successful. I don't know if it's getting a sequel or a second season or a third season. I don't know, man. I think he's going to director jail for a little bit.
I think it's self-imposed director jail.
Of course, yeah.
It's
deserved. I mean, it's well deserved.
Yeah. And oddly enough, I believe the only really good work that he's associated with that he didn't direct was the spin-off for Army of the Dead, the one that involves another character.
That wasn't even that good. I gave that a try. It's not that good.
Well,
the safe.
Yes, right? Yes. I like that more than the actual Army of the Dead.
I know, but
that was directed by somebody else. So, yeah. But anyway,
it's actually directed by that guy. Actually, I think he's the actor director. I think.
Oh, was he really?
He directed.
I heard he's a big deal in Germany. I think so, or what is it, Germany? Yeah. And I think they gave him a shot to let him do his own thing with that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and but going back here, James Gunn said like, "LOL, I think we'll survive." Yeah. He goes here. I'm not sure the 8 people that listen to that guy I'm going out on a limb and guess it's a guy, are going to impact the course of events. So, yeah.
It's the right approach.
Yeah.
It's the right way. It's the right way. That's the right way to approach it.
Anna, thoughts?
Ruthy, thoughts?
Look at that.
Great show, guys.
Yeah,
You know what?
You can find us on Instagram.
Yeah,
You know
not
what,
yet.
guys? I think we're gonna I think we'll promote the scratchy sound to a co-host now. I think you guys, the ladies of the show, could have been have been downgraded. You know what I mean? How about that? What do you think of that?
I'm gonna name this episode "Scratchy Sounds." Okay.
Yeah, I'm pro. What do you think of that? I'm pro scratchy sound. What do you think of that?
Or crickets.
I went to Anna because Anna famously doesn't care too much about the new Superman movie, but you know.
Yeah.
So-
I also want to point out, technically, vacation starts next weekend, guys. Not today. You know what I mean? You actually have to be here today. Come on, guys. Come on, man.
Okay. Moving on to one more story before we wrap things up a little bit. K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, so Ruthy has joined the club in liking this thing.
Oh, you saw it?
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
But you
Okay.
can't get out of
Anyone
your
who
house to watch materials, but you can watch something that's streaming in your house. That's what we learned. That's what we
Yeah,
thought.
exactly.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Come on, man.
That's fair,
Come
that's
on.
fair.
It's
No, that's
delightful.
fine.
It's so good. Like once you
It's
start
delightful.
watching it, I thought it was just going to be something that I could have in the background, and then I started watching it, and I couldn't
Yep.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to watch it. Oh, I do want to watch it.
It's definitely the best movie I've seen this year, which I did not hear of prior to it being released. You know what I mean? I had no idea this movie was coming out. It came out hot. People liked it, saw it. Delightful.
Very delightful. I definitely am addicted to the soundtrack, which is where the story comes in.
Mhm.
So on the Spotify global soundtrack, the soundtrack for this movie is on there. So much so that it's the only K-pop on the global chart, way above
Nice.
any of the real K-pop artists.
Mhm.
So look at that! Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Mhm.
So I was looking. Well, go on.
I also want to mention, it's technically not K-pop. You know what I mean? It's not. It's kind of. You know what I mean? I know there was some K-pop productions, some producers that worked on it and stuff. But technically, it's American music. You know what I mean? American produced music and stuff. I guess.
No, it's
Not that one.
considered K-pop because apparently K-pop is now its own thing. It doesn't have to be only in South Korea. Because like there was some
Listen,
one.
Soda Pop was very K-pop.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
yeah.
they're
Catchy,
sung,
so.
they're sung by K-pop artists as well. That's one thing
That's
also
fair.
too.
That's
Not
fair.
only that, but like there's this new band called, what's it called again? It's the one that it was the one they had to go to a competition to be this band, and it's like a
Oh,
multi.
Cat's Eye?
Cat's Eye. Yeah, Cat's Eye. You will argue is not a K-pop band, but the K-pop community has said no, that's K-pop because they're doing
They've
K-pop
embraced it.
things. Yeah, they're doing K-pop
Sure.
things.
Well,
So K-pop is K-pop, and
you know what's more? Sorry, I sorry to interrupt. You know what's the most? I'm putting something aside. You know what's the most disrespectful thing about K-pop Demon Hunters and stuff like that? There's no Korean audio in America for this movie and stuff. I looked at it the other day. I was like, well, that's kind of weird. So
there
I
isn't.
don't know what that's about. You know, there isn't.
I didn't even notice that, but that's weird.
That's odd, right? Because I know there's a Korean version of it in South Korea and stuff like that, but it's not available in the U.S., which I thought was kind of weird.
So the Korean version, the Korean dubbing is only in South Korea and not the international markets? That is very bizarre.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
weird because someone told me to watch it in English and then watch it in Korean.
Huh? That's weird.
Wait, it's
Yeah.
also in Korean?
Well, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. It
to be
should be.
fair,
It
the
should.
actors are primarily from the U.S. Okay, primarily. Now, I say primarily because some of them are from South Korea, but it is the original dubbing for this movie is in English technically.
Technically, I think this is an American movie. This is a Korean-American movie. It's a Korean movie, but a Korean-American. But I don't consider this a foreign movie. Like, you would not nominate this, like, for best foreign movie next year.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Award.
It's definitely American made. That's for sure. But yeah, but like I said, it's impressive that a fictional band is in the global charts above the real bands out there in K-pop world. So yeah,
And I'm looking at the audio for the movie right now. You get German, you get French, you get Chinese, you get Spanish. No Korean.
Well, here's another thing to go with this conversation. Like you mentioned how it blew up on streaming. A lot of people are now saying like, why didn't they release it in theaters?
Mhm.
Question: do you think it would be as big as a hit if it was released in theaters?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't think so
No,
either. Yeah,
Probably not.
I think part of the reason why it blew up is because it's easily accessible. Almost
Yeah.
everybody has Netflix, and I think the
Mhm.
fact that it's that accessible gave it its popularity. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think they went the correct strategy with releasing it on Netflix.
It's very.
I
I mean, it's hard to tell. You know, who knows what? Looking at the summer wager thing, obviously, I have no idea what's going to be a hit, what's not going to be it. You know what I mean? It's impossible to tell. But I just think it's because it's Netflix. It's such a wide. There's something about from the what do you call it, from the TikTok videos I've seen. It's such a phenomenon of people with getting together, a group of friends getting together, watching it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And enjoying it and singing along. You know, it's one of those things. I just don't think it would have worked as well on in the theater.
No, I agree. Plus, they'll have to have marketed it, and Netflix isn't very good at marketing things for theater stuff. Yeah, but I think now that it's popular, they could my suggestion on the chat was they could re-release this as a sing-along version of the movie in theaters, and I think people would go to that. So, right?
Ruthy, you gonna say something? I gotta cut you off. I'm sorry.
No,
it's fine.
Yeah.
No, I feel like if maybe this was just an experiment to see how American audiences would react, and possibly could lead something into something in theaters. Who knows?
No, 'cause I think if they wanted this dropped in theaters, they would have planned it way in advance already.
No, I'm not talking about this movie in particular, but maybe for like other movies to come.
No, but they have done that. Like famously, they have released movies in theaters a few weeks before it came out on Netflix. Netflix has done that.
Yeah, it depends on the.
Yeah, but it's like a niche genre right now, even though it has been proven that it's successful. But you know, it's still like that mix of it's Korean American. It's, you know, is it going to be as successful on like in theaters as it is in Netflix? Who knows?
And whether
I'm just postulating here.
And whether or not Netflix release something in the theater, it really depends on the director and the production company. You know what I mean? If Ryan Johnson has enough juice, they can push it into give it a release window and stuff like that. Zack Snyder had enough juice to push Army of Darkness into the theaters for a little bit. But if not, it's just going to get released on Netflix and stuff. You know what I mean?
That's a good point, because the only movies that Netflix released in theaters were their Oscar contender stuff.
Right. That's a good point.
Or a big director wanted it in theaters. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
My big picture thing about this movie is like, especially after watching Elio, not that I don't think Elio's a good movie and stuff like that, but I do like that Sony. This is a Sony production. Sony, DreamWorks, and all that, and it was Universal. They've found a niche. Their animation, their story, and they deciding to tell. It's so different from Disney and Pixar and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yes. So that to me, that's the most interesting part and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I can't think of the last musical that Disney did that wasn't, number one, contemporary times. Number two, not a fairy tale. You know what I mean? So the fact that the story takes place in here, the present, and can involve real humans, you know, so to speak, and stuff like that. And I think it's good. It's an excellent alternative to what Disney and Pixar is doing.
Yeah, and if anything else, you compare it to Elio. Elio is an original work coming out from Disney and Pixar, and it bombed in theaters. And for the most part, everybody who saw it liked the movie. It wasn't a bad movie. Everybody liked it, right? But the point is that it seems like it goes back to the whole idea that nobody really want to watch original stuff in the theaters anymore. But they're open to it if it comes out straight to their homes. So, yeah, that seems to be the way things are going nowadays. All right. And that's what's up. You can find this podcast on Instagram, Blue Sky Threads, and YouTube at Stuff Junction. You can find me, Albert, on Instagram and Letterboxd at Albert5x5.
You can find me on Instagram at RuthyRace13 and Ruthy's Cats.
You can find me on social media, JIAMINGLOU.
You can find me on social media at Anna Voltage or my other show, Most Extreme Breaking Challenge.
Music has been provided by Gloomy June. Updates, contact info, ways to support us, and everything else is on the show notes found on whatwhereswhy.com. Before we go, let's give our 9 listeners some recommendations for this week. Jiaming.
You know what? Back in the day, I used to be obsessed with ER. I loved ER when it first came out. The first 3 seasons, I loved it and stuff like that. It was appointment television. And the people that brought you ER.
I see where you're going here.
made the pit. Apparently, this was supposed to be. It was originally supposed to be like a sequel to ER, but they had rights. But Michael Crichton might be dead, but his widow is still alive, and they didn't want to deal with it. Things didn't work out, so they took it, repurposed it, and brought it to HBO Max and made the pit. And so it's basically ER in Pittsburgh, but also starred Noah Wyle. And unlike ER, it takes place in real time and stuff like that. So it's a 15 episode season. Each episode is 1 hour and stuff like that. And it's really good. It's really solid. If you want good traditional procedural television, watch The Pit on Max. It's really good. Big thumbs up.
Do you know the status on the lawsuit regarding The Pit?
Oh, that I don't know. I don't think it's settled yet. So that's wait and see and stuff like that. Sounds like they're gonna have to cut her a check. So.
Yeah, essentially, listeners, if you don't know, the Michael Crichton estate essentially is suing The Pit for being way too similar to ER, except for the fact that it was supposed to be an ER sequel. Now they're saying, hey, you're a successful show now. We're suing you because you're technically ripping off from ER. So that's what it is.
A medical show. Like how? The
problem is it takes place in an emergency room. Number one. Number two, the producer is John Wells, the original creator and showrunner for ER. It stars Noah Wyle, who's obviously in the original ER. It basically plays John Carter 20 years later.
Is he actually playing himself
basically,
again? I mean that
quote unquote,
more or less. Yeah.
Basically, or is he the same name, the actual same
No,
character?
of course not. No, but like what Jiaming said, this was originally supposed to be an ER sequel.
It's something they talked about, something they discussed, but it didn't go anywhere. Didn't have any traction. Apparently, after COVID, they found a new angle where they found that, you know what, this is a story that needs to be told, and they kind of re-triggered it and made The Pit. And I'm telling you, Noah Wyle is this version of Noah Wyle and John Carter. I'm calling it John Carter, but it's kind of, but it's not. If the estate of Michael Crichton listening, it's not John Carter. But this version of that character and Noah Wyle is really interesting. He's 25 years older. He's seen it all. He's seen too much basically. But in there, he's still trying to do the right thing. He's still trying to help people, trying to be a good person and stuff like that. And just like ER, it's more so than ER. It's like a huge cast, huge cast of doctors, medical students, nurses, and stuff like that. It's really good. It's a really good show. It's on HBO Max. If I didn't mention it earlier, it's called The Pit.
Yeah. And the lawsuit essentially is relying on the fact that it was supposed to be an ER sequel. So that's their basis on like why they're suing it for like ripping them off.
Well, the reason why they're suing is because it's a big hit. You know what I mean?
That too. Yeah. But now that it's officially not an ER sequel, they should call George Clooney. Hey, George, you want to be on the show too? May as well. Even though you're dead in ER.
What's his name? The guy that plays Dr. Green.
Yeah, bring them all in. Just bring them all in. And then there we go.
Which was Dr. Green?
Juliana Margulies.
Yeah. Bring them all in.
No, the one I really want them to bring in is Eric LaSalle. Eric LaSalle's character.
Oh, yes. Yeah, him too.
Yeah, because he was a mentor to Carter.
Oh, yeah.
But in this version, Carter is obviously older, so he's the mentor to everybody else. But to see that, yeah, it's a good show though, man. Has anybody seen it?
No,
I haven't. I've seen clips of it.
People in the medical field are watching this.
Love it. Yeah.
It's really good. I mean, it's even more so than I didn't watch all the ER because it just kept going. But from what I saw, the early season versus this season, this version, they don't give a f about trying to make it like kind of understandable to the layman and stuff. They're just throwing out terms. They're just doing a bunch. You know what I mean? They're just going for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and really from what I understand, each episode is like an hour of a day, and then it just continues.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I said. It takes place. It takes over the course of 15 hours. Each episode is 1 hour. It's more or less in real time.
It's basically one shift.
Yeah.
Yes, basically one shift.
Basically one shift.
Yeah.
One shift, one season. So yeah, it's a really good idea. All right. Just to wake her up, Anna. Recommendations?
I'm trying to think because I've got nothing. So come back.
You can mention like a recommendation on what you could do as a party gift for a birthday.
Oh, for a gift?
A party gift or a party swag for a birthday?
Party
Hint. Hint.
Oh, well,
Come
wait.
on.
Are you saying, like what I did for my party?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The theme for my party this year was Anacon. So it was a convention. So everyone got a badge.
Mhm. That's awesome.
Like, and it said Anacon 2025, the date, and it had a
That's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really cute.
yeah. So I had one for Albert. If he was gonna come, it was gonna be press.
Oh, okay. See, that's awesome.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give it to you at Comic Con.
Okay.
But yeah, I did these little things. So my friend did the artwork and I printed it out and I got the badges and all that. So yeah, if you want to do a con theme birthday, get some badges and it really makes it feel real.
Yeah. And for those listeners who are wondering why I didn't go to the party, because it fell on my wife's birthday. So
Yes,
yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
day, right.
So next year,
More than
next year not so
understandable.
much. So next year not so much. So there we go. Okay.
We have a lot of cancers on this podcast.
Yeah, apparently
Or
no.
cancer
A
adjacent.
lot of Cancer energy, but June Cancers and July Cancers, so we're very different.
Yes, I will verify that fact. Yes.
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 Okay. Ruthy.
I don't know if you guys have heard of the movie on Max, Parthenope. Parthenope.
Oh, I keep hearing about that movie.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. So it's directed by Paolo Sorrentino. He directed Hand of God. He directed Berlusconi. Italian, like everything is in Italian mostly. It's so cinematic. It's like and his movies are known for this. Like it's very symbolic, very cinematic, very what do you call this? Like just it's all about beautiful scapes. He's from Napoli, so his movies are always about or like revolves around scenes in Italy or scenes and romanticizing Napoli and the people, and it's always a commentary on the culture, on the social structure, on people's relationships with family, friends, with siblings. It's really, really deep. I feel like there should be a whole course on like this man's cinematography and like his films, because it runs so deep. There's so much psychology behind it. There's so much anthropology, and there's so much meaning in general behind all his films, that you'd always leave thinking, like the main character, who's named Parthenope, which is what Napoli is actually called, like by the natives. It's not called Napoli; it's called Parthenope. Parthenope. I can't say it right. And this woman, who's the main character, who's the heroine of the story, she embodies the city, and she's like this enigmatic, mysterious, seductive woman who is very much in charge of herself. She has a lot of control. She has a lot of awareness of the attention that she gets. And it's not a love story. It's not a drama. It has its comedic moments. It's a story. It's not just a love story, but it's almost like just like a love story to Napoli and like the idea of it as a woman.
This is a movie, right?
This is a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have to watch it.
It had a little theatrical run last year. I remember it was one of those things I was looking at possibly watching in the theater.
Yeah, and they actually featured in Cannes. So that was also why I think it kind of is starting to become more popular. But I watched it. It's a long movie. It's like almost 3 hours. We watched it this week.
217.
It says 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah, I'm looking at 217. Yeah.
Oh, 217. Yeah, it's long. But I mean, because it kind of runs slow, but it doesn't feel slow. So we had to watch it in 2 parts, like the first hour and a half, and then we, finished it for the last 45, 50 minutes. just because like there was just so much information to absorb. It really, I don't know, it just really pulls you in. And I don't know how to describe it. I kind of want to watch it like maybe one or two more times just to like really, weed out other things that I may have missed. It's beautifully done. Beautifully done. There's some shocking moments, but it's also still, it's not violent shocking. It's just shocking, like, whoa. I don't even know how to explain it. You guys have to watch it.
Okay.
Anyway, that's one recommendation. Another recommendation I have, I've been watching cinema therapy on YouTube. There are these two. So one is a therapist, and the other guy is a film, a cinematographer, or he's a filmmaker. It's basically a podcast, just talking about certain movies and like relationships in movies or like family dynamics in movies, and just like some of the choices that were made in films, and they kind of explain it in each of their own respective specialties. It's really funny a lot of the times to watch their dynamic, because you could tell that they're both friends and they have very different takes on things, and it's really interesting to watch. Like today I watched something that they commented about on Twilight, and then also A Walk to Remember, and they also did The Notebook. They'll say like, was this a toxic relationship or was it not? Or like the Addams Family, Morticia Addams and Gomez, was it toxic or was it romantic? Is this like what marriage should be modeled after? And sometimes they have bad things to say, sometimes they have really good things to say. So really interesting watch. Highly recommend.
Yeah, one of the topics I did was healing loneliness. A therapist reacts to Elio, which
I haven't seen
which
that
is
one.
what the movie's about. How to Train Your Dragon 2 was is she a bad parent? So there's that one. So it's like there's a lot of like red flags in Bridget Jones' Diary.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good stuff that they talk about. Yeah. So yeah, cinema therapy on YouTube. All right. By the way, check your volume level, because there's definitely echoing going on. So your mic is picking up your volume. I mean
Me?
No, I don't know who it is, but check your volume level in your headphones, or anybody. And
Check, mic check.
And if there's an echo, it's that.
Hello. It's me.
It's you. Okay. So yeah. All right. My recommendation is very timing, because Squid Game Season 3 came out. And yeah, I'm going back to an old recommendation. Squid Game. The whole series is now available, because it's only 3 seasons. Because the creators like, this show is giving me too much, what's the word for it? He's having a hard time trying to continue the show, essentially. Because it's too much work. It's too much work trying to top himself from the first season. And he decided he can only do one more season, and they split it into 2, so it's 3 seasons. So yeah, Squid Game, still really like the show, and shockingly enough, season 3 is arguably the most depressing one out of all 3 of them. And and this is Squid Game we're talking about, which is already depressing in the first place. But yeah, I think it's still pretty solid. And a lot of people will debate how it ended, whether they like it or not, or whether they agree with it or not. But
it dares to ask the question: what is harder, a parent murdering their child or a child murdering their parent? That's balls. That's a ballsy question.
Well, I mean, if you see season 3, you know what Jiaming's referring to, because no spoilers in the show. But yeah, there are some plot points in season 3. I'm like, wow, they're going there. But anyways, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And if anybody's afraid that this is the last season of Squid Game, you don't know Netflix. Netflix is not gonna let go of a money making horse here. So I'm pretty sure Netflix is gonna find a way to create more seasons.
Netflix has no interest in thinking about the meaning of Squid Game, the deeper ideas, not even deep ideas. It's anti-capitalist ideas. Like, you know what? Forget that.
Yeah.
Nope.
So any future Squid Game will probably not be from the original creator, because he said it's too much work.
He left the door open though. I think he left.
They actually left the door. Yeah.
Yeah, he left the door open and stuff like that.
In a very exciting way. I'll say that.
Yeah. In case, he's not gonna be back for that, but he'll be back for the other stuff that he left open and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's gonna be back for the very end. That's someone else.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I think I saw an interview on YouTube. He's trying to develop a movie. He's trying to work on a movie next. If he comes back, it won't be for like years and stuff like that. I think he keeps losing teeth. Remember in every interview, he says he keeps losing teeth when he makes these Squid Game seasons. So
yes,
yeah.
Yeah, but that's Squid Game. All the seasons are available. Check it out. Still a solid show all the way to the end, I would say. And in another recommendation, which brings us back to reality here, as we all know, the current administration is essentially doing Project 2025 in real time. So, if you're curious to see how the progress is going, there is actually a website called project2025.observer. And by dot I mean like that's the URL. Project2025.observer. And it lists down everything in Project 2025 and how far this administration has gone so far with fulfilling all those goals. And if you're curious right now, overall progress of Project 2025 is 42%. They're only at 42%, guys. There's still 58% more to go that they have to accomplish from this thing. And it's scary, scary, scary stuff. All right. So yeah, that's the recommendation is take a look at that so you can see where this country is going. Project2025.observer.
Things are going great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. There we go, folks. This was episode 887 of the Stuff and Junk Show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, this podcast has been a Who What Worst Wine production. Oh, I forgot to mention. People in the media, or you might see it in the media, a lot of people are talking about like Apple is celebrating 20 years of Apple Podcasts. And some people have mistook that to believe that it's only been 20 years of podcasting. They're not celebrating 20 years of podcasting. They're celebrating 20 years of podcasts being in Apple, as in iTunes and whatnot. The first podcast was released on iTunes in 2005. But the first podcast was released in 2003. So don't get that confused. I'm just reminding people that don't get it confused.
Why would people be confused by why would people think Apple celebrates anything outside of themselves? You know what I mean?
No. Apple isn't saying they created podcast. I'm saying is they're celebrating 20 years in podcast, but a lot of people, I've seen news headlines that are saying Apple is celebrating 20 years of podcasting. And I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. Why would people think Apple celebrates anything outside of themselves? Or think, you know what I mean? It's like, come on. Apple won't acknowledge cell phones that exist outside of themselves. You know what I mean? Computers weren't invented before the first iMac.
I'm not criticizing Apple, Jiaming. I'm criticizing ignorant people who look at headlines.
I'm criticizing people that might think that.
Okay.
They're dummy.
All right. Okay. Yes.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yes. There's been podcasting before Apple, guys. So just you know. But yeah, here's the 20 years of podcasting, guys. Yay! Okay. But in all fairness, the word podcast was derived from the iPod. So let's give them credit for that. Okay. Anna, watch K-Pop Demon Hunters?
No, everyone else, like, you know, on social media and my friends have been like watching it, like telling me to watch it. So yeah.
Okay.
I'll watch it.
It's just a lot of fun. And the thing is, one misleading thing about the Netflix thing, it says it's an hour and 49 minutes or something like that. That's complete BS. The movie's only like an hour and 25 minutes, like 15 minutes of credits and stuff like that. It's a really quick and easy movie to watch.
Yeah, quick and easy. Yeah, it's and of course, you two need to watch the Materialist if you're ever going to have that episode about the movie.
Oh, I think I'm going to go see it this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try to also.
You guys not going to watch the dinosaur movie? It's a dinosaurs weekend.
That's on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. You know, if this is after credits thing, so we are still all watching Jurassic World, right? There's just this.
Wait, is there a reason why not?
Because this franchise has traditionally not been great.
Yeah,
I'm just commenting on the fact that they really
do. Once. Shame on you.
But this franchise really is bulletproof. It's amazing how this franchise is bulletproof. No matter how bad the movie gets, we will always come back to watch dinosaurs in Jurassic.
I've mentioned this before.
Dinosaurs.
You can honestly make an argument. There's been 1.5 good Jurassic movies. That's it. The first one,
yeah,
solid. The one with the one where the dinosaur is like in a haunted house. I think the second one, the last trilogy.
You like that one?
That's the half point. That's it.
What?
When it was like a haunted, like trapped in a haunted house with dinosaurs, that was good. But I think it's a half point. But everything else you can argue is trash.
But also, no other dinosaur movies are ever this popular or successful in the box office. It's really just this franchise.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing. So yeah, listeners, you listen to this, I think at the same time that I'm probably watching the movie right now in theaters, probably, because I'm watching it on the Wednesday. But
my nephew's out of town, so I'm not incentivized to rush out to the theater to go watch it.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch it. I don't have tickets for Jurassic World. I don't like that. I haven't seen a lot of trailers and advertising for Jurassic World. The little bits I have seen, I don't know why, but the dinosaurs look kind of cheap and really fake and stuff. I have a bad feeling about it. But the early
God, dinosaurs? They didn't hire real dinosaurs?
You know what I mean.
No, not Jiaming, but I think the only reason why you've noticed more than the CG is because they're mutated dinosaurs.
Are they really?
Yeah, this is like the other island that they did experiments on dinosaurs before they created.
How many islands?
I know. How many islands do these people have?
That's my joke. You guys said to my jokes. How many other? Is it the other island or is it the other island? We started out with,
there's all these other islands.
We started out with one, and then the backup. Is this the backup to the backup, or is it just the backup?
This is like totally the
Exactly
first.
my point.
No, this is the first island though.
There's always a backup to the backup, just like 28 days later, 28 weeks later, now
Lord.
20 years later.
Okay.
There's always a backup to the backup.
All right. So from what I understand, there's the first island, right? And then there's
Jurassic Park.
and then there's the second island that was supposed to be
Jurassic Park
the
3.
backup of Jurassic Park 2. And then the Jurassic World movies was based in the first island, right?
Was it?
The first one, the first Jurassic World. And then the second Jurassic World, the one that blew up, that island was supposed to be another island. So
third island. Now there's 3 now. Right?
So there's 3 now. Okay, so now this one is supposed to be the island before Jurassic Park. So this is the first island.
Before the first one?
Before the first
or the
one.
first one?
The very first one.
Before
the
the Spielberg
first one wasn't the first one?
Yeah, the Spielberg was supposedly not the first one anymore because this island exists.
The retcon.
Yeah, they retconned it. Essentially, this island was supposed to be where they created the dinosaurs, experimented on it before.
And then the first one was the park.
The first one was the park, Jurassic
Now,
Park.
why can't Michael Crichton's estate sue over this? Why are they suing over this? You know what I mean?
Because they're making money off these
I
movies,
would
right?
sue over this shit.
Because they're making money. Because they're making money off this movie. That's why.
Oh.
Call back to the other podcast, by the way. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I will say this though. The early buzz on, because they screen it for I mean, this is from TikTok reviewers, so I don't know how seriously you want to take that. But the buzz is pretty good. They say it's a decent movie.
Is it because of Gareth Edwards? Is it Evans or Edwards?
Edwards, I think, right?
Yeah,
Evans is the martial arts guy.
the Rogue One and Godzilla guy.
This is the one we goofed on a couple years ago. Remember?
Oh my god, we totally goofed on him.
We did. What did we say? What did
You
we
know
say?
what I'm talking about. No, the last movie. Remember The Prophet, whatever it was.
Oh, we did not like it. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember we weren't a big fan of that. It was mostly like a tech demo, really, than anything else.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where we said if you think about it for more than 5 seconds, you go like, "This is garbage. This is dumb."
Gareth Edwards, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that he wasn't really responsible for Rogue One either, because Tony Gilroy stepped in for that one.
Yeah.
So has he had a good movie?
Godzilla,
No.
the first Godzilla movie, I thought was pretty good.
He did it.
Actually, no, yeah. Hold on. Let me take it back, because I do have issues with that movie as well.
I was not a big fan of the Godzilla.
Ah. Okay, you know what? I'm confused now.
I only think of Godzilla -1 now. So
Yeah, I agree.
everything else I blocked it out. Everything
He
else I
did
blocked
it.
out.
It's one of those things where he did an independent movie. That was his first movie that had like a monster or something that
Yes.
looked that used scale. That's how he got the Godzilla job. And he went from
I-
Godzilla to
Wait,
Rogue One.
Did he do the Godzilla with Aaron Taylor Johnson?
That's the Godzilla I'm talking about.
That's the Godzilla, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was not a
no.
fan of that one.
No.
Oh, and the movie Monsters?
No, he's never done a good
That's what
one.
I'm talking about. That's his first movie.
And the movie Monsters, I actually did watch that before Godzilla. And I wanted more monsters. Let me just say that.
But that's an independent movie.
It was
That's an independent. It's a classic independent movie. He got a lot of good reviews, a lot of buzz, and they hired him for Godzilla. Because, and then he went from Godzilla to Rogue One 2. What was that movie? Is it the Prophet? What is that one with Goof on?
The creator.
The creator. And then he got Jurassic World. Just Jurassic World.
Did goof on the creator, but I actually like the creator.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No,
It's
you didn't.
fine at best.
Go
It's
back
fine.
to that podcast. We had a good laugh, guys.
We did okay. I want to go listen to it.
I kind of want to go
Follow
listen to
that.
that.
The creator.
But
Follow
it was
That's a good
like such
movie.
a romantic story at the end.
My concept was
Yeah.
good. The concept was good. Like, the
Yeah.
execution is another story. Is what I'm saying.
Really? I thought we liked it. I swear to God.
I guess we should.
I liked it.
No, we
release the.
I liked it.
I do find it pretty hard.
Wait, so Ruthy,
I
you
know.
also saw the creator?
Yeah, because it was on streaming.
Oh, okay. All right.